Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss, bitches. We love that for you. I just needed to emphasize that. Whatever does not resonate for you, just leave it on the table for someone else. Don't take on energy that wasn't meant for you. If it doesn't hit you in the heart, if it doesn't hit you in the head, if you don't hear it ringing in your ear, if it doesn't buzz in your skull, it's not for you, baby doll. Okay? We're going to use Hattie Thorne's Heartbreak Tarot. You can find this at hattiethorne.com. She also has an Etsy shop. I was on there the other day because I did a big order. I'm gonna order for Christmas. I think I'm gonna use my Christmas bonus money from work to buy a bunch of cards from her. And she took down her sale section. I think probably Christmas, like makes sense, right? Make people pay full price. She usually has one up all year long, so for her to not do one at Christmas, I mean, I can't really blame her. I'll just say that. I love her to death. I would love to meet her one day. That would be awesome. God, I'm like a fangirl, and I don't even care. I have no shame. Hell, I talk about other readers all the time. I love other readers. I would love to meet other readers. What is it? I think she changed her name, but I think she used to go by Goddess Ava. I know her name is Ava. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Nubian princess. Gorgeous. I think she lives in Texas, but I think she's from Michigan, if I remember correctly. She's got like 200 and 300,000 followers, something like that. I don't watch her that often anymore because I feel like she focuses a lot. She gets a lot of messages on like witchcraft and stuff like that, which is fine. I'd rather not watch that all the time. Just that's just my thing. But a lot of people do watch it all the time, and she's great. But it was funny because last summer, I think it was last summer, she drove her and her man, her family, whatever the case. I think they drove to Michigan, or maybe they flew into Chicago and then drove to Michigan. I don't know, something like they were in the area, and I literally like was fanning. I was like, come see me. I want to meet you. Of course, she has like 5 million people that 200,000 people that want to meet her. But we got 3 on the table, 1 major. But yeah, I would love to meet her. She's awesome. Hattie Thorne, I would love to meet. Lynn from Through Lynn's Eyes, I would love to meet. I think he lives in Massachusetts, Baltimore or something. I think. Something like that. 4 on the table. 2 in reverse. One of the reverses is the major. Let's do 2 more shuffles. Who else do I want to meet? Bronwyn from Bronwyn Coves Tarot. She lives in England. I would love to meet her. I love her. Kelly. I think her name is Kelly, but is Kali Tarot or is it Kelly Tarot and she just spells it different? I don't know, but she lives in Florida with her kids, with her 10,000 kids, and I would fly down to Florida and meet her and her 10,000 kids. Last shuffle. I think she's great. She gets a lot of messages. I think I get a lot of messages too. I just think half the time I freaking forget them. All right. We got 5 with bottom of the deck. We've got Judgment in reverse. We've got 9 of Swords. We got 6 of Cups. We got 4 of Wands in reverse. I love that little house. It reminds me of the house from Full House. And then bottom of the deck, we got a 5 of Wands. Why did I want to say fighting wands? Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. I'm just gonna say this. Somebody is stuck like in like a never ending loop of like reliving the same memory or thinking about the same people or the same situation. Didn't we get this like the other day, like last week, something like that? Because this 4 of Wands in reverse, like somebody is thinking about something that wasn't that great. Like something ended badly. Something was never good to begin with. Somebody like this person feels like there was no judgment, like they didn't receive karma. You all know how I feel about that, and a lot of readers feel the same way. And I'm just gonna say this, and I've said this before because when I was watching tarot, when I was relearning tarot, and um, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my justice. Like people are gonna get their karma, da 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 da. Not that I was like literally like, oh, you should get this kind of karma and you should get this. No, like I never said that. But I was one of those people that was like, yeah, they're going to get their karma. Sometimes the karma is just never seeing that person again. Like when I think, if you follow, if you subscribe, you know my situation with the ex best friend. When I think about her receiving karma, in reality, I just assume her karma is she never gets to see me again. She never gets to talk to me. She never gets a hug from me. She never gets a kiss from me. That's her karma. Sometimes it's as simple as that. And the funny thing is I have no idea how that would even affect her. And I could say like, oh, it won't affect her. She's a narcissist. She's crazy. You know, she's mentally ill. It could be because of all those things, being narcissistic, crazy, mentally ill, that it will affect her, that it will profoundly affect her. I have no idea. I don't, I don't really, I don't care, but at the same time, like, I could imagine these things. I'm just saying that sometimes karma is really simple. Sometimes it's really simple. And a lot of readers believe the same thing. Like, you're going to get the karma that you doled out. So, and just an example, but like, if I cheated on a boyfriend, my karma is my next boyfriend's going to cheat on me, right? It's just that simple. It really is just that simple. Like universe, God, creator, source, whatever you want to call them, him or her, whatever, that's easy for them. Like, oh, you stole $100 from, the gas station. We're going to make sure you lose $100. We're going to make sure you lose $150, right? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And I've told you, I think I've told you guys before, like at work, it's very easy to gossip there, and I try as best I can to stay out of the gossip, especially surrounding specific people, and just I don't mind talking about like our actual workplace and how ridiculous it is. I don't really think that's gossip. We all work there. We all know what it is. But I try to stay away from things about specific people. And, if people tell me things, I don't tell other people. I keep that to myself. because I've had instances where I was there and I said something like I probably shouldn't have said, and like 10 seconds later I got like a paper cut, or I jammed my finger in the pick station, or I dropped a box on my foot while I was packing. Like my karma tends to be pretty instant, especially with little things, like little obnoxious things like gossiping. Like my karma tends to be pretty instant, but it's not something that you should really worry about or think about or, tell God, like, oh, so and so should get this karma. That's for God to figure out. That's not for you to figure out. And that, just because we're in a situation where we feel like we were wronged and we were treated like shit, it doesn't mean that somewhere down the line, that's the person that treated you like shit wasn't also treated like shit. Sometimes karma is God telling somebody, you need help. You need to pick yourself up. You need to quit the drugs, the alcohol, the booze, the sex, the gambling, spending money. You need to pick yourself up and go get some help. Sometimes that's the karma. Do you know how hard it is to get help when you're an addict? Sometimes that's the karma. And it's just not for us to say. Like I wouldn't want somebody saying like, that Kim, she lied to me, make sure you give her the worst amount of karma there was. I don't feel like it's that person's right to judge me like that. Like that's up to God to figure that out. And I like to think I'm a pretty healing human. When I make a mistake now, maybe not back then, but now, like I stand up and I say, you know what, fuck, I'm sorry, like I made a mistake, like let me try and fix it, like let me change, let me heal, let me do what I need to do to make it right, because I'm more enlightened, I'm healing, I'm more in tune, I'm more enlightened. Back then, that was not the case. So I like to think God would look down on me and be like, hey, like I'm sorry they lied to you, but like they're trying, they're just human, they're doing their best. I don't know. And I don't necessarily think whoever this is like pissed off, like, oh, there was no judgment. I'm just saying this person feels like there was no judgment, there was no justice. And if you were in a bad situation, or connected to a bad person or something like that, and you have that feeling, especially early on in the healing process, it's going to be upsetting. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to feel like that. It most certainly is okay to feel like that. I don't think it's my right to judge the judgment, but it's definitely okay to feel like you're getting the shaft. Because once you hit that point where you start working through everything and you start healing from the situation, from the person, that's when you realize, like, well, I can't control it. All I can control is myself, and I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be with that person. That's the good karma for me. And whatever God wants to give them, that's up to them. It takes a minute to figure that out. I mean, that's what healing is all about. It's kind of funny or not funny. I mean, like I feel bad for whoever this is, because this reminds me of me. This reminds me of me in 2023, after 2022, and I had all that crazy shit happen to me. And in 2023, in February, I was raped by the 60-year-old man. It was my first date after my divorce. I met the guy that I like had a friends with benefits with for like 5 months, who was seeing somebody else. Like, and I was trying to heal. I was trying to heal from my divorce, my ex-husband, my ex-best friend. I just had so much shit going on, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically. even sexually, right? Like I literally was just, it was day by day, and it was me trying to heal from all that past shit. It was childhood, my family, everything. And then to have the stuff that happened to me in 2023, like it was just like, okay, like when is enough going to be enough? Like I need a minute to breathe. I need to, and my ear is ringing. Yeah, I know. I know I'm in a better place. Okay, it stopped. It stopped. Um, I know. Give me a break. I'm talking here. Um, I told you guys, if you follow, if you subscribe, if you've been watching me for a while, at the beginning of 2023, in January of 2023, I literally spent almost a month getting up, going to work, coming home, feeding the kitties, making dinner, taking a shower, getting in my jammies, sitting in my recliner, and waiting to fall asleep. And by the end of the day, when I would go to sit in my recliner, my whole body ached. My head ached, my arms, my torso, my neck, my legs, my feet, everything. Like it, I don't know how else to describe it. It felt like I was dying from the inside out. Like it literally felt like I was rotting from the inside out. At the end of that month, almost month, I felt like I was fucking reborn. Like I felt like I almost feel like I completely changed skins. I'm not going to lie. That month, that was the most horrible time in my life. And I was getting downloads, and I was meditating, and I was sleeping, and I was constantly praying and manifesting, right? Because manifesting and prayer can be pretty similar, if not the same thing. Take how it resonates. If you pray, if you don't believe, whatever. I mean, I think we all pray, honestly. I think manifestation is prayer, if you want me to be honest. But at the end of that month, like I felt completely reborn. This kind of reminds me of that. Like whoever this is, it kind of whatever this is, it reminds me of that. And I can empathize, right? Like I'm literally starting to cry right now. Cuz it's not easy. Like this is somebody going through like a beginning stages of healing from something or someone. And whoever this is, like they feel like they've been through the same thing over and over again. Honey, I completely understand. Whoever you are, man, woman, child, I completely understand. And you know what's sad? Did I post it to YouTube, or did I just post it? I posted it to my Facebook, and I talked about it last night. There was a video posted on TikTok yesterday of some of the Epstein survivors showing pictures of themselves when they were sex trafficked by Epstein. Um, and I posted that to my Facebook along with the picture of me when I was 3, 4 years old, around about, and that's when I was sexually assaulted for the first time in my life. And I put in my little synopsis thing, I said, I often wonder when the next time will be, because I seriously, honestly feel like I am that test for predators, for sexual predators. I honestly feel like I was brought here to test men and women on their control, their self control. I've been raped 3 times, sexually assaulted 3 times, although technically 4 because I remembered another instance from when I was a kid with a friend, a male friend, who thought he was going to show me my penis. And what was I going to do at the age of 8? Jump on it? Like I don't know. Like he showed it to me. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I consider that sexual assault. Did I know that that's what that was when I was a kid? No. But why would you show me that? He was a year older than me. He was like 9. And you could say, oh, he didn't know what he was doing. I mean, he knew he was pulling out of his pants and showing it to me. I didn't show him my private parts. I didn't show him, my chest or anything. I mean, at 9 years old, I didn't really have any. 8 years old, I didn't really have anything. But yeah, I've been physically assaulted once with sexual intent, emotionally and mentally abused by a loved one my whole life until I left that situation. And I believe that it's ongoing. I believe that's part of my life's path. My life's purpose is to basically give people the opportunity to choose for themselves. Are you going to do something shitty today, or are you going to do something good today? And the sad thing is they always choose shitty. I mean, even the ex-best friend chose shitty. I told her I had been assaulted. I told her I had been raped. And then what does she do to me? How does she treat me? I get it. I understand. It resonates. All I can say is, we all heal from things, and it takes however long it takes. And if it takes someone a long time, it takes someone a long time. If somebody thinks they've healed from something and 5 years later they realize they still need to heal from it, that happens all the time. That's normal. We're always going to be healing. Always. That's just my opinion. From birth to death, you are never going to be healed. You are always going to be healing. You are going to be healing new stuff. You're going to be healing old stuff. And you're going to be healing old stuff over again. I wish people, humans that go through this, nothing but the best, because I get it. Been there. Probably will be there many times again, right? Just saying. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for somebody. Kind of not. Kind of don't hope it resonated for anybody, though I know it did. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.